They are the ones who should do that. ليس لأحد, no one has a right أن يطعن عليهم, to criticize them, to find fault with them regarding it, ولا ينازعهم, or has a right to come and contest this authority with them. Inshallah, this is where I will stop. They have to take wadafu sadaqat. You should take that. It's very easy. It's the same thing. Say wadafu sadaqat ilayhim jaizatun nafiratun. Also, from their responsibilities of those umara is that they are to collect zakah. The zakah must be given to them. When they say bring your zakah, give it to them. The zakah must be collected, and it's also permissible to give them zakatul fitr. The hadith of Abu Hurairah, he used to be in charge of zakatul fitr that is collected. So both zakatul fitr and zakatul amal and zakatul whatever we remove zakah from, they collect it from us. We bring zakah, we give it to them. So you know me, I will not give zakah to Amir who is smoking. That's not your concern. Give them the zakah. I will not give zakah to Amir that is in drunkard. Give them the zakah. Whether the Amir is righteous or unrighteous, give them the zakah. Because he has commanded you to bring the zakah. He said, وَمَنْ دَفَعَهَا إِلَيْهِمْ أَجْزَعَتْ عَنْهُ. Anyone who gives the zakah to them, he does not need to start bothering that, oh no, I have not performed zakah. No, you have already performed the zakat, and you will be rewarded for that zakat that you performed. بَرًّا كَانَ أَوْ فَاجِرًا. Whether these people were righteous people or they were unrighteous people. He said, pay zakat, pay the zakat to them. Bring your zakat, give your zakat to them. To the leaders of the Muslims. This makes us understand that when those Amir of NSI say bring zakat, you going to do that? Say no, you are not the one they say you are not the Amir. They say when you say bring zakat, you do that. Because those people who say bring zakat, if you don't give them zakat, they will fight you. And what can Siddiq told those who bring zakat, they say no, we will not. They say fight them. So somebody who does not have the right to fight you, where will he get the authority from to fight you? He will go and bring police to arrest you because you refuse to give him the zakat. So those umara, those are from their responsibility. The one who calls himself Amir and does not have these rights and authority is not Amir. People are just wasting their time. He said, "Man dafa'aha ilayhim." The one who pays these things to them, ajza'at anhu, is already fulfilled the responsibility of paying zakat. Whether that Amir is a pious person or somebody who is not pious. The same thing applies to the next point, number 32. He said, وَصَلَاتُ الْجُمْعَةِ خَلْفَهُ وَخَلْفَ مَنْ وَاللَّهُ. And to perform Salatul Jum'ah behind him and behind anyone that he gives the authority, go and lead people Salatul Jum'ah. Said Jaizatun Naqidatun. It is permissible, it is continuous, it is nothing stops it. Nothing to say, oh no, it's not a pious leader, so I will not pray the Jum'ah behind him. Pray the Jum'ah behind him. He said, and Rahimahullah, he said, Baqiyatun Tamatun. This thing is existing, perfectly existing. And that salah will be what? Rak'atain. That salah to Jum'ah is of 2 rak'ats. Man a'adahuma fahuwa mubtadi'un. Anyone who repeats that salah is an innovator. A person says, I pray behind an imam who is an oppressor, so he goes home and repeats the salah. He said, Man a'adahuma, the one who repeats these 2 rak'ats, said, fahuwa mubtadi'un. For his repeating those 2 rak'ats, it's innovating in the group. Tarikun lil afar. That kind of a person is doing that in abandonment of narrations that are established. He is doing so contradicting established narrations. Mukhalifun lil sunnah. He is also contradicting the sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Laysa lahu min fadli al-jum'ati shay'un. If he repeats it, he does not have any reward for Jum'ah. Going to repeat it, no reward, no fadl, no virtue, no excellence for his Jum'ah. He said, إِذَا لَمْ يَرَ الصَّلَاةَ خَلْفَ الْأَئِمَّةِ بَرِّهِمْ وَفَاجِرِهِمْ. He said, فَالسُّنَّةُ أَنْ يُصَلِّيَ مَعَهُمْ. He said, if he does not now, this لَيْسَ لَهُ مِنْ فَضْلِ الْجُمْعَةِ شَيْءٌ. He does not have any reward from the virtues, from the excellence of Salatul Jum'ah إذا لم يرى الصلاة, when he does not consider salah خلف الأئمة, behind the leaders of the Muslims, whether they are righteous or pious, whether they are righteous or unrighteous. That is the one who does not perform Salatul Jumu'ah behind them, or feels that if he's an unrighteous person, he should not pray behind them. If it's a righteous person, then he should pray behind them. Or he prays behind a righteous imam and an unrighteous imam, and then he repeats the Salatul Jumu'ah. So the one who does so, he does not have the virtue, he does not have the reward for performing that Salatul Jumu'ah that is repeated. The Imam said, فَالسُّنَّةُ بِأَنْ يُصَلِّيَ مَعَهُمْ رَكْعَتَيْنِ وَيَدِينُ بِأَنَّهَا تَامَّةٌ. He said the Sunnah is that they should perform the 2 rak'ats in this set of people. He said, and that he should agree that the Salah that he has performed is what? Ta'amatun. He has worshipped Allah in the right perfect manner. That he's performing the Salah behind them. He said, alayhi rahmatullah, that la yakun fi sadrika min dhalika shak. Don't doubt that. Don't allow a doubt, any form, in any manner, to come into your mind regarding the fact that to perform Salah behind an imam, Salatul Jumu'ah, the same thing applies to Salatul Eid. Don't say, no, the imam is not a righteous person, I'm not going to perform Salah behind him. We talked about Hajjaj bin Yusuf, killed so many Muslims. May Allah forgive him, because he died as a Muslim, and any person is part of what is in the book. Any person who dies as a Muslim, no matter how much his sins were, once he died upon Tawheed and the belief in the Nubuwwah of Prophet Muhammad and other things that we know that make somebody become a Muslim, that does not make somebody become a Kafir, he did not do any of that. We know that he died as a Muslim. Then it is right for us to make Barati, that is to pray that Allah is pleased with him, or to seek the Rahmah of Allah upon him. These things are right in the Sharia. Hajjaj bin Yusuf killed a lot of people, including a companion, Abdullah ibn Zubayr, and yet people like Abdullah ibn Umar still perform Salatul Eid behind him. Anas bin Malik performed Salatul Jumu'ah behind him, and they are also encouraging people to pray behind him. So that's why the Imam is saying that the one who does not believe that, or who believes that after that Salah, he should go and repeat that his Salah again. He said the person is tarikun lil athar mukhalifun lis sunnah. The person is abandoning these athar. He is not behaving like these companions. Tarikun lis sunnah is not following what is established in the sunnah, that we can pray behind those people, and that the only time we disobey and go away from them is when they make kufr that is clear, open kufr. Inshallah we'll come to that. So these are the points regarding which the Amir. You see that some of these points contain the responsibilities of the Amir, and they also contain how he is going to discharge those responsibilities, like the issue of jihad. How are we going to fight jihad? Pay zakah, pay sadaqah, pay khulun, and all this. They are from the responsibilities of the leaders of the Muslims. When they take them, they carry them out, they will get the reward for them. When they do not carry them out, they also have the blames for them. But our right is when they obey us, we obey, follow them. When they command us, we obey them. When they command us, we obey them. Except when they command us something that is prohibited in Sharia, or is disobeyed, because obedience is with regards to something that is permissible in Sharia. Inshallah, this is where we stop. Perhaps there will be 1 or 2 questions that we may attempt to give responses to, inshallah. Wa alaikum salam. most part of that was responded to in the last week. So he gave an excuse that you were not there. So we'll just mention whatever Allah gives us the ability to be able to mention regarding it. That, because that has to do with how did he become the Amir and all this. It took us to a long discussion. And that is why those things came in the book before these ones we are now talking about. So that these questions will not come up. Perhaps I'll say go and listen to it, it will save us a lot of time. But you can say that someone like a Yaradua can be referred to as an Amir of the Muslims, or anyone that he deputizes practically. If he deputizes somebody that you believe anything that has to do with the Muslims, be doing it, that person is the Amir of the Muslims. If he says you, anything that has to do with Muslims, do it. Because one, he is a Muslim. Secondly, the Muslims agree that he's their leader. Or do we have any other leader in Nigeria? No. What I'm saying is there any person who can say he's the leader in terms of authority and power? Who can kill people? Who can order that someone be killed for an offense? Or who can say no, someone commit an offense, he's supposed to be killed, but he finds that there is an error in judgment, pardon him. Is there any person like that? So you see that it is either him or his deputies at the various stratas. So is there anyone that people can say, oh no, we don't accept? If you come to him and say, no, we don't accept you as a leader, go away, go. Is there any consequence that can come upon you? Does he have, he himself, for example, or a deputy, talking about the agencies of government, that can marry a woman out in the face of his father and nothing will happen? He has. If he has, we see we are already talking about the quality of an Amir. Can he say, hey, all Muslims bring your zakat, give it to so and so? Can he say that? If you don't bring the zakat, I will fight all of you. Can he say that? And if he says it, does he have the power to exercise that authority? You see that it will be difficult for you to say he's not. He either in himself has those power and authority, or he has agencies under him that has those power and authority. Because these are the attributes of a leader of the Muslims. You say, oh, you, the one in Sokoto, anytime they cite the movie, you are the one to tell us whether we should start. It means he's the one who, as regards that matter, that person should not be disobeyed. If he can make a law, say, okay, from now on, if the Sultan announces that fasting should start today, anybody that does not start that fasting, I will arrest them. He can say that. And if he says that, can he enforce it? He's actually an Amir. Because the one who is an Amir is the one who has Sultan. He can say something and he can enforce it. And then he's a Muslim amongst the Muslims. And the people agree that he's their leader. Then he's the leader. You wanted to say something? Father, say it. Say that, for example, Muslims pay zakah. If you don't pay zakah, police arrest them. Police will not obey him. So police will not obey him. This place, it is not an argument. You can ask, if I find problems that you don't understand certain things, I can respond. You understand? If I say this is what the Sharia says, what right you have is to say no, it is not right in the Sharia because of social reasons. But if you want to take the matter to the level of newspaper, Guardian, Vanguard, then that is outside here. Do you understand what I'm saying? There are what they call newspaper discussions. You'll be discussing, oh, can you start talking that one. But there are discussions of the Sharia that what holds sway there is Allah says, Prophet says. Let me tell you, even those people on the newspaper, they say it. One of the most most powerful president in the world is the president of Nigeria. Because he has so many things attached to his presidency. He can do so many things before anything is done. They are so powerful. If you don't recognize the power that they have, it's because you have not been close to them at all. They are powerful. Nigerian presidents, they are powerful. They have authority. Before you start saying that National Assembly should do something, they are already exercising the law on you. Look at when, like I said, it's not a newspaper discussion, so I will not be citing examples. But the last 8 years of Obasanjo will tell you that. Only Allah knows the number of people that were already arrested inside FCC. It is from there they have started to challenge that, oh no, it is not legal that they should be arrested. And aside that, they abandon what AFCC, what any court will say. They come back and say, oh, Nigerian Bar Association went on strike because they say that the government of Obasanjo at the time, like they say, was the government that was not obeying court instruction. So a government that was as powerful as, if a court give law, he can say, no, I'm not obeying, still do what I want. He will not even say that out. He will just letter to director of SSS, director of police. The law is already there. Because laws and its enforcement is not necessarily paper. It is the paper. When you start coming to paperwork, you start saying National Assembly, you start looking for one Senate president. But when you talk about disbursement and enforcement of laws, it will not know. Even when National Assembly, when he said one woman is the AFCC chairman, some people say they don't want it. He didn't say anything. But what happened? Because that is when you know who has authority. But you see all those other ones, National Assembly, no agree. They are just mouths. They are just talk, like I said, newspaper discussion. But in the real sense of the matter, they have authority. When Abacha was a president, he was a military rule. Only Allah knows the number of people they say that he killed them. Some people carry them and go, nobody knows where they took them to. When he wanted to free people, treason or treasonable offense are offenses against the state. They are from matters that, if you want to decide the freedom of someone who commits a treasonable offense, it is a state decision that should be. But why is it that in Nigeria, a president will say, leave him, let him go? Offense that he commits against the state. Assembly should say, no, he should not go now. He commits crime against states now. He commits coup, he made coup. He said, no, leave him, let him go. So who is the state now? So in the real sense, except he wants to start talking, Dari, Babarin, Sa, Adamu, they start talking, start blowing grammar. That is their own talk. The law is already being enforced. So he can say it, that look, on no station, radio station of Nigeria, should we hear anybody announcing any other day to start or end fast, except the announcement by the Sultan of Sokoto. You can say that. And you can say anybody who doesn't arrest him, you will see whether they will arrest him or not. He will not even say arrest him. He will not add that one, because people who really have power don't say, they don't talk to the end like that. They just talk half. They leave the half for the law enforcement to get. So, but if you think that it is not possible, there are so many things. If someone tries it, no one will know that people have authority in this country. You will go to 1 million. Supreme Court will say they should release it. They say no, we are not releasing it. So what do you want to do? And the Supreme Court is superior to the legislature, though it's judiciary, but it can order the removal. When David Mark was scared now in the court, who told him to stay there? Appeal Court. So who is more superior, Appeal Court or Supreme Court? They can do something now. They say they can't matter to Supreme Court. Supreme Court just say they should be removed. You be removed. So all the reason why we are seeing all this is those people have authority. They have authority. They can say nobody should go to Hajj this year. Nigeria, no Hajj. Who will revolt? He will kill you, all of you. And that's where you know that they have authority. If you say you come out now, they say, well, I roll out the tanks. Anybody who come out, kill him. You say they will go to court, they will go to legislature. Before legislature will start talking, many things would have happened. The law would have, what he said would have already been taking place. So the matter would not be revolt. Wa alaikum salam. And don't forget, we say revolting is non-Islamic.
That's what I wanted to ask.
Okay.
If we revolt in business, are we not doing what is legal?
No, we are not doing what is legal.
We can only obey them when they are not.
There is no Hajj, is it compulsory? It's only minister to Alayhi Sabila and announce the bill and stay in your house. Have you forgotten that when Hajjaj began, even for people who were already in Hajj, they made Tawaful Ifada, they made Tawaful Umrah, they made Sa'yul Umrah. They cannot go to Arafah. Hajjaj was outside. The people who went to Arafah and Muzdalifah, they stayed there. They cannot come into Haram Makki for their Tawaful Ifada and Sa'yul Umrah. Ibn Umar was there. He was inside the Haram. Ibn Umar, Alhamdulillah, Ibn Umar. They asked him what they're going to say. Hey, this is the Hajj for this Hajj. That is for those who are already there. What about we who have not gone there? And mind you, if he says Nigeria should not come, if you sleep and go there as a Nigerian, if they catch you in Saudi Arabia, you send you back home. There is authority. So the Prophet said, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, as-sam'u wa ta'a. The Hajj you want to go, Allah sees your intention now. Will He not reward that intention? He will reward it. Because that intention, we had said it is from the a'malul qalb. It is from the actions that the heart performs. So the heart has performed its own, and it will be rewarded for that. The only part of the body that was not able to perform its own is the hand, the leg, and the head, and others. And it is taqullah mastata'tum. Obey Allah, fear Him as much as you are able to. So when these things happen, so Allah is Yara Dua, that means allow me to go for you. I'm ready. But this is Yara Dua. So Alayka bi. In fact, this kalima you should not say it to him. Because Anas bin Malik told us, we read it to us, that the companions, the eminent ones among his companions, warn us not to curse our leaders. And when we say Alayka bi, that is, you are saying Allah should hand me. So you not say that to him. Say, no, we should not go. Allah has already said it is liman istata'a. You know, he said, will know istata'a. Part of what they say is when the road is clear. He is saying, no, don't go, no road. And he said, no, you revolt. If he knows the Sharia, he will keep people. He will keep people and he will tell you there is nothing he can do to me. If he's a very, very difficult leader. But if he wants to really, really fear Allah, he will not do that. You understand? That's why the Prophet has been saying, "Wa in bagaw alaykum." Even if they harass you, oppress you, take your wealth. He said, don't rise against the leader. So all the uprisings, they have not done anything. I've already been saying it. How many uprisings are people up prison for fueling prices? There's nothing. They don't bring any khair. So what people should do when their leaders become harsh is that they should become closer to Allah. Because no one becomes a leader except Allah put him there. If you fight him, you want to fight somebody Allah has put there. And if he really is the person of sultan, it is rare to find a leader who has authority that someone rise against him and he does not deal with them, except if he does not have authority. If he really has the authority, those uprisings does not make those leaders to change. In fact, even if they rise, they will still take over government. You would have killed a lot of people. Even amongst the kuffar. If you go to the French revolution, how many people died before the revolution succeeded? Millions of people. Millions died in French revolution before. When the British occupied America and the Americans, Native Americans, they say no, they refer to that as the Civil War. The American Civil War of 15th or 16th century. No history. You know how many people died in that war? So that is, even if he's in the end he is going to come up as a leader, blood would have flown. It is that blood that Allah says don't allow it to flow. He says, min ajli dhalika katabna ala bani Israel annahu man qatala nafsan bighayri nafsin aw fasadin fil ardi فكأنما قتل الناس جميعا ومن أحياها فكأنما أحيا الناس جميعا. So So the one, what Allah has written for us is that the one who kills a soul is like kills the whole soul. So you know a soul knows that as I'm going like this, they will kill me. They say, yes, kill me. He will kill you. So it is that blood, the blood of man is valuable. He says, Haram Allah. Allah honors life. So the life should not be taken illa bil haq, except with truth. And it is Allah who will tell us the right place to take life. You now say, no, you want to go and take his life, whether you like it or not. And it is not the right manner of the Sharia. So who will support you? Allah is not supporting you. No hadith supports you. Nothing supports you. You are just on your own. So once you die like that and Allah raises you up on the Qiyamah and asks you, Fima kunta fi, in what condition did the angels of death come to you? What will you say? I was disobeying you, rising against the leader when you killed me. Is that a good welcome for a servant? So those matters are difficult, and for me, many people have gone astray. And Ikhwan, these are the crux of Salafiyah. And that's why people, they will say it's a dodgy akida. It's not dodgy, because they'll be telling you the reason why we say this is the hadith, the reason why we say this is the Sunnah, the reason why we say this is the statement of the companions, the reason why we say this is this. But those people they don't want to hear those ones. And all those people who have been giving those fatwas that people should go out and fight, they don't go out and fight you. People who say people should do suicide bombing, they don't do it. Their wives don't do it. Their children don't do it. They will say what they will not do. People should go and make suicide bombing. You go lead the fight. If you said that one of the sheikhs in Palestine said people should do suicide bombing, one of the students said, Sheikh, please, you are the one you do today when we follow you. Say no, they are not to die because they are to still continue to mobilize people more. He said no, don't worry, we know the dawah now. We will go, we will continue. He said no, we are not. So they will not go, their children will not go, their wives will not go, their relatives will not go, but they will say other Muslims should go. You saw come and they say jihad, brothers, let's go for jihad. Once you step out of the masjid, you see where he will head to. In his house, all those people go and start jihad. They will take me, Allahu Akbar. The masjid is shaking. When they come out of the masjid, that's what they will say. You shake the masjid. So you shake the masjid. Did you shake the idea? The Muslims were going on a jihad with the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. People were shouting, Allahu Akbar. Subhanallah. Prophet said, no, take it easy with yourselves. The Allah you refer to is not deaf and dumb. He hears and sees. Say it gently. Don't be shouting. But when you know those people of jihadists, they go and say, take me, Allah, take me. You don't know. When they come out, they say, I will shake the mask. You've not shaking anything. You've just wasted the energy with which you are shouting. Anyway, all we are trying to say is people have authority. And the authority should not be contested. This is what the Sharia is saying. Don't contest their authority. That's the ulama say, even if it is a kafir that's your leader, you only contest it when you have the power to overthrow him. If you don't have the power to overthrow him, don't use your blood. That you are alive, you perform salah, you perform zakah, you feed your family, you go for hajj, it's better for you than that you die. Because once you die, all these rewards also stop. And unfortunately, if you don't have sadaqatun jariyah for yourself, it's unfortunate. So may Allah assist us. Those matters, these are the matters that people contest. These are from the crux of matters people contest and say Salafi. Because this is Salafiyah. Following the ways of those who came before us amongst the companions and their students. When they were in the condition that we are today, what did they do? When Hajjaj was killing people, did the companions say, hey, go and fight Hajjaj? When Ahmad bin Hanbal was being oppressed, did he call God, hey, go and fight Ma'mun? They did not. They were even telling people, don't fight. So this is Allahu Alam what we can say regarding the question. We'll just take one more question, inshallah. Yes, do we have the leader? If we don't have the leader, we have the leader. This one has come in a way that the Sharia does not really approve. But the fact that he has already become the leader, we agree that he's the leader. It was a point before this one. Once he assumes leadership, he's the leader. How did he, even if he killed all the Muslims to become the leader? Once he is affirmed as the leader, he is the leader. Even when the means of his assuming leadership is wrong. Once he becomes someone who say, oh, we agree, say now you is the leader. Nobody should oppose him. Nobody should harass him. Nobody should contest his leadership. Whether it's a Muslim or a non-Muslim. If it's a non-Muslim, you don't have someone come and say, oh, because Obasanjo is not. When some people in Taraba State say, oh, they declare jihad state, what happened to them? Do you understand what I'm saying? Do we remember the history too? It's not too long ago. Some people say they are something, they say no, they declare their own dawla. They say for where? They bring godo to them. Masatalamuna gadam, manil kazabil ashir. And when the Gadam come, they know really who is the liar, who has the authority. They say no, they declare and say they are not in all the Nigerians, every person except them is Muslim, every other person is Kufar. If your person say, oh, I will show you that I am Kufar. You know the way he talks. The next time he sends soldier there, you know the end of that. So the fact remains that when there is authority, and the authority should be obeyed. Allahu A'lam. We'll just take this last question.
This question one. When the leader is a Shia.
When the leader is a person of bid'ah, and he performs salah in a manner that we have not seen any narration that says don't perform the salah behind him, because these are imma. When they were saying that, they knew what they were saying. When they were saying that, they knew what they were saying. There were people who were worse, who believed in things that were worse than that, and the ai performed salah behind them. Like the leader, the Ibn Abi Du'ad, the governor of Al-Ma'mun at the time of Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal. He said that the Quran is created. And the person who says the Quran is created, to say that Quran is created is Jahmiyyah. Jahmiyyah are those people who say that Allah does not have an essence. Allah only exists. They follow the idea of Jahm ibn Safwan as-Samarqandi. So it's just Allah, there's just Allah. Where is it? No, it doesn't exist anywhere. It does not have any attribute. You just know that there is Allah. So ulama say anyone who say the Quran is created is like that. And yet Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal was performing salah behind these people. Not only that, he was also referring to them as Amirul Mu'minin. In the Munaqasha, when Mu'tasim Billah, one of the sons of Al-Ma'mun, was querying him, he would say, Amirul Mu'minin, that verse does not indicate what you are saying. In the polite manner, you're still honoring him as Amir. He didn't say you are a kafir. Now, if you say that you got said, nobody will wait and say now that the Quran is not created. Nobody will write Usuul Sunnah for us now to come and read. So if that Amir is that kind of a person, but if he is not, as we have today, if a Shia is leading a Salah in a masjid, you have opportunity to go to masjid where Shia is not leading now. Go back, go there now. That one doesn't bring problem. But when you have opportunity to perform Eid or Juma, and you can't pray in any other place except under those people, and if you don't go, they will be looking for you. They are looking, where is those people? They didn't come. After Salah today, they will see. So then come and pray. Pray and go. But he said, alayhi rahmatullah, don't repeat the Salah. You have done your own. You have done your own. There is one qissa Imam Ibn Abi Izz al-Hanafi quoted, but the qissa is weak, regarding one of the companions that was said that A'udhu Billah, someone was leading the people. It was said that he drank alcohol and filled all his stomach. He performed Salah to Subi. How many rakas did they say he performed? 12 rakas or 6 rakas. He performed 6 rakas. He was standing. The people were still following. It was said that Ibn Mas'ud was there, but this qissa is weak. But Ibn Abi Izz al-Hanafi in Sharh Aqidat al-Tahawiyah, he used it when he was discussing this mas'ala, but it's weak qissa. That he performed 6 rakah for Salah to Subi. After the 6 rakah, he turned to the people, should I perform more? They say no, it's okay. So the one you have made, yeah. So they said he was using it to say, when he was going on the third, fourth, fifth rakah, they didn't say, hey, we are not praying behind you, we are going home. They didn't say, they were just, because they know what that meant. But this case is not authentic. Do we understand? So that goes along ahead to tell us how those people were regarding those. If it were today, people come and say they are dodgy leaders, they are kafir paymasters, they are called them names. Allah understand. I think that Wallahu Alam answers the question. Let's just the last question now, please. Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
You made mention of the 3 conditions, which are very important. You related it to like when you want to perform prayers, you are just like you miss ablution or you take tahar. So I heard some other scholars used to say that the last condition, the ability, is not necessary. They used to relate it with some of the battles fought by the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam.
That contradicts what is established in the Sunnah, authentic Tariq and the Sunnah of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. It was clear that there are some Muslims who were mustadafun. They were weak people. They couldn't even make hijrah. Do you know what? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam after Sulh Hudaybiyah, he had gone into alliance, some agreement with the kuffar, and there are conditions for that sulh. But there were some Muslims who were in Mecca who could not make hijrah. Those people were oppressed, and Allah told him that even those people who are oppressed in Medina, in Mecca, who could not make hijrah, if they call you, come and help them, you can't. There's nothing you can do. The Prophet was already in Medina, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he was being told that even those people who are oppressed in Mecca, because of this your alliance with the non-Muslims, your agreement with them, peace treaty with them, you cannot still help those Muslims who are there. You leave them. And yet those people did not say, no, we are not going to accept the start fighting. It would have been suicidal. So now with regards to the question of ability, those people, it is not even a matter of jihad, they could not even make hijrah. Now, would you say it was obligatory for them, those same people, to fight jihad inside Makkah? It was not. It was not. In the same way that when the Prophet ﷺ began his call, he was saying the people should not read Quran in public. Abdullah ibn Masud went to the Kaaba and read Quran. Bismillah ar-Rahman, he was beaten to unconsciousness. Ibn Masud, radiyallahu anhu, they took him back to the Prophet and said it is Iman that made him do so. The zeal, they say, Iman. Because that was not the time for that. It was the same Kaaba that after Fathu Makkah, what did he do? وَقُلْ جَاءَ الْحَقُّ وَزَهَقَ الْبَاطِلِ إِنَّ الْبَاطِلَ كَانَ. It is authentic that the Prophet ﷺ got a short stick on his hands. He went into the Kaaba and he was felling the idols one after the other like this. The same Kaaba where you can't read the Quran in public is the same Kaaba. When Allah brought victory and power and ability, He was pushing down the idols one after the other. Inna al-batila kana zahuqa. And then the story of Nabi Isa also makes us understand that. With ability and power, he was able to fight Masih Dajjal. But when these other people, Yajuj and Majuj, Allah said, no, these people, you can't fight them. Run away. So when Nabi said, I'm prophet of Allah, now there's miracle. If they come and say, all of you die, they will die. If Allah wants to do that, He will do that. But the means He wants them to follow. He say, no ability. You don't have ability. It means you fight jihad when there is ability. You don't fight jihad when there is no ability. It's like Salah. Someone is crippled. You stay for him not to stand in Salah, he does not have Salah. The Sharia is not like that. A cripple. He had said it, alayhi salatu. He said, perform this Salah standing. If you are not able, perform it what? Sitting. Okay, someone is not able to stand. Someone come, you are performing Salah sitting down, your Salah is spoiled. What do we say to that kind of person? Say, no, he's not able to do it. And that's why ulama say, al-qudratu manatu taklif. Ability is the basis of responsibility. You are not held responsible in the Sharia for what you are not able to do. You will not be held responsible. So you are not able to fight somebody. Somebody say, no, you are not fighting, it's a sin. You are not able. You are not able to go for Hajj now. Somebody say, Afa, you are not able for, you are a kafir. Kafir. I can't go. I don't have the ability. How will I go for Hajj? So the same thing applies on jihad, because jihad, hukmun min ahkam sharia, is just one aspect of the sharia too. Unfortunately, people think that jihad is all about Islam. No, it's just like hajj, menstruation, wudu, salati, that has its own ahkam, its own shurut, its own wajibat, its own sunan, its own mustahabat, its own, things like that, makruhat, things that are haram that you can't do regarding it. But unfortunately, when the people want to cause problems, they think that jihad is one pillar on its own. It is true that somebody went to the Prophet and asked him, what our good deed is best? Say jihad. At that time, what did he say? Didn't he say sadaqah at that time? Didn't he say hajj at that time? Didn't he say fasting at that time? So he's just talking about how important that thing is. He's not saying that after that one, no other thing again. So you see a brother shady there dragging trousers, they are shouting, no, what for jihad? With you?
They will even steal beer. They will go to shop, they will steal beer.
They will take beer and sharp. They say so that when they make kafir, they will not look at his, they will not sorry him when they want to cut his head. That one too is jihad. Allah will understand.
So they were having the ability doing battle and other.
They had the ability, and that's why you say any person who has anything in his house, go and bring it. They start gathering the forces, start gathering them. That is one. Secondly, that don't forget there is wahyu from heaven. Allah will tell them, go ahead, fight. So Allah say we should fight now. Do you understand? So even if you don't say they don't have ability, there is wahyu that says there is ability. Go now. I will support you. I will bring angels. I will do that. I will do that. I will do that. But what we qualify us to get these things is the second condition, which is quwwatul iman or Islam. And that's what we are not holding up on to. So there's a lot of responsibilities. It's taking a lot of time because we are talking about jihad, and there have been a lot of impressions people have about the matter. May Allah forgive us. نبارك وأشهدكمس سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام.
نستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء فاتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. أما بعد فإن خير الكلام كلام الله وأحسن الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. وبعد Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. After thanking Allah and praying His blessings and His benediction upon the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wa alihi wasallam, we greeted ourselves the way we shall greet and be greeted in Al-Jannah. May Allah count myself and you from the adherents of Al-Jannah. That the peace and the blessings of Allah be upon each and every one of us. Ameen. We stopped at point number 32, and today inshallah we'll read point number 33, which will leave us with just about 27 points inshallah to get to the end of the book. It has taken us some little time. We are about taking 1 point per week or so. May Allah accept it as an act of worship. Ameen. Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal alayhi rahmatullah in this book said, ومن خرج على الإمام ومن خرج على إمام من أئمة المسلمين those of us who have the nuskha, which is in pages, in like leaflets, we are going to see that there it says وَمَنْ خَرَجَ عَلَى إِمَامٍ مِنْ أُمَّةِ الْمُسْلِمِينَ, but the correct thing is مِنْ أَئِمَّةِ الْمُسْلِمِينَ. So we should correct that if we have pages, but I think most of us are using perhaps the nuskha of Shaykh Rabi'ko. Now, so وَمَنْ خَرَجَ عَلَى إِمَامٍ مِنْ أَئِمَّةِ الْمُسْلِمِينَ وَقَدْ كان الناس اجتمعوا عليه وأقروا له بالخلافة. Also, if you are using that nuskha, you see it is qaf instead of fafun, so it is supposed to be بالخلافة, not بالخلاقة. نعم. وأقروا له بالخلافة بأي وجه كان بالرضا أو بالغلبة فقد شق هذا الخارج عصى المسلمين وخالف الآثار عن الرسول صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم فإن مات الخارج عليه مات ميتة جاهلية. He said in the next point, we'll take them together inshallah. ولا يحل قتال السلطان ولا الخروج عليه. If you have that nuskha, that is غليه is there, so you just remove the dot. ولا الخروج عليه لأحد من الناس فمن فعل ذلك فهو مبتدع على غير السنة والطريق. Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal alayhi rahmatullah, from the last 4 to 5 points, had been discussing the state, the Muslim state, and its establishment and the elements of governance in the state. It mentioned Salah, it mentioned Zakah, and how we are to pay them, who will collect them from us, who we are to obey, how we are not to, and all this. And the importance of listening to them and obeying them, not fighting them and all this. So here he comes the other way around. Alayhi rahmatullah. He says, وَمَنْ خَرَجَ عَلَى إِمَامٍ مِنْ أَئِمَّةِ الْمُسْلِمِينَ. Anyone who rebels, anyone who rebels against Imam min a'immatil Muslimin, any of the Imams of the Muslims. At a point in time, there is an Amir of the Muslims, there is a President of the Muslims, there is an Amir, Imam. We had explained who he is. We'll still do so a little bit inshallah today. We had Amir of the Muslims and someone rebelled against him. He said alayhi rahmatullah, وَقَدْ كَانَ النَّاسُ اجْتَمَعُوا عَلَيْهِ. He's describing that Amir. That is an Amir that كَانَ النَّاسُ اجْتَمَعُوا عَلَيْهِ. The people had agreed to his leadership. He had assumed leadership and they have said, oh yes, this is our leader. وَأَقَرُّوا لَهُ بِالْخِلَافَةِ. And they have affirmed and confirmed his being the leader of the Muslims. They gather and say, yes, it's our Amir. And they affirm his Amirship. بِأَيِّ وَجْهٍ كَانَ. In any form that it can be. They had gathered around him and had affirmed his imamship, his leadership, quote unquote, his presidency. They say he is the one, or his kingship. They say yes, he is the king. They've affirmed, the Muslims say yes, he is. No one else except him. Once they do that and then someone goes out in rebellion against this kind of person, we can also read it as وَقَدْ كَانَ النَّاسُ اجْتَمَعُوا عَلَيْهِ وَأَقَرُّوا لَهُ بِالْخِلَافَةِ. Is either we say بِأَيِّ وَجْهٍ كَانَ, in any form. They affirm his khilafah in any form.